everyone, I'm Alexis, aka the Sloth Reader, and I'm here today to pick some random books out of my TBR jar. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick 5 books out of my TBR jar, randomly selected, that I want to give myself the challenge to read by the end of the year. And this is kind of coming from a few different places. I saw that Eva from Fried Weasley Died Laughing, who I will link down below, I saw that she does her TBR jars this way, where she kind of just picks like 5 TBR picks, and then she doesn't choose more until she reads those 5. And I was like, okay, that's kind of a good system for the TBR jar, because that gives you an opportunity to pick these books up when you're ready for them, rather than forcing yourself to read them in like the span of a month, which doesn't work for me. So I was like, okay, I like that system. And the other reason is because at the current halfway through the year mark, I only have 4 of my top 10 to read in 2018 left. And I know for a fact that 2 of those I'll be listening to on audiobook, and that 2 of those I plan to read this month and possibly next month. So I'm feeling really good. And so I decided, why not make this infinitely harder and challenge myself to read 5 more randomly chosen books. Now, all of that being said, I do have 3 rules that I am going to adhere to. The first is that I am allowed to veto any pick I pick out of that bucket. And I say that because if I pull an 800-page book, I'm not reading that. Like, I can tell you right now, I only have it in me to read like 2 of those maybe a year, and my quota for this year is met. So if I pick like a huge book, it's just not gonna happen. And like, why entertain the idea that it will at all? So the second one is that if I do pick a book that I already have picked for a TBR this year for the remainder of the year, so if I do pick a book that's on my top 10, if I pick a book that's already in my July TBR, if I pick a book that I already kind of know I want to read this year, then I will pick another, because that's kind of not the point of doing all of this. And my third rule is that I am not holding myself to any standard to read and complete these books. I just want to make sure I'm at least trying to read the 5 that I'm going to pull, because I have no qualms about DNFing a book, and I feel like if I DNF a book that I pull out of here, the mission is still accomplished, because I will know then that this book doesn't need to be on my TBR, because I'm not going to enjoy it. So I feel like even if I DNF all 5 of the picks that I'm going to choose, I feel like I'll still be learning what I need to know, if that makes sense. Whatever. Let's just get into picking. This is my TBR bucket. If you missed the TBR bucket video, I'll link it down below, where I explain everything pretty much. So, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay, please pick something I really want to read. Okay. Alright, whatever this is, I'm gonna pull it. Did I knock one down? Shit. Okay. Alright, whatever this is. You guys can see it, I can't see it. Whatever it is, this is what I'm gonna choose. Oh god, it's a yellow one. Oh god, okay. Yellow is like the category I'm like least excited for. What is it gonna be? Oh, okay, no, I'm actually really excited for this one. Oh, god, this is so nerve-wracking. So for my first pick, I grabbed Sing and Buried Sing by Jasmine Ward. See? And this one I'm actually really excited for. This was on my March TBR. I even tabbed it up like how I was going to read it, and I just never got to it. It was one of only like 2 books I didn't get to on that TBR. And I really do want to read this one because it was the National Book Award winner of last year, and a lot of people I know who've read it have really loved it. And this book is blessedly really short. I don't even think it's 300 pages, and the font is huge. So even though it's literary fiction, I feel like this is so doable. So doable. Oh god, okay, I'm really excited. Alright, this was a good one. Good pick. Okay, we're going in for book number 2. Please don't be another yellow one. That was like probably my best pick that I could have gotten from that one. Okay. Alright, this one. I can't see what it is yet, but you guys can. So, oh god, this is so nervous. Why am I doing this? Okay. Oh, this is another good one. Oh god. Okay, I think the book gods are smiling on me, because I pulled Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys, which is a book I've been wanting to read for a really, really long time. I've only ever read one Brutus and Petty's book, but this one's set in New Orleans. You guys know I'm from New Orleans, and so like, okay. Oh, this is another good pick. Alright, I'm really excited to read this, and I do really want to read this. Alright, so I've had a literary fiction and a contemporary. That one's historical fiction. So maybe historical fiction is blue and not yellow like I thought. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch that video apparently because I don't remember. Oh. Should I be morally obligated to choose the one that just fell at my feet? Okay. I pulled one of these yellow ones, which were the ones that I used when I ran out of pink tabs for fantasy sci-fi. So it's gonna be fantasy, sci-fi, magical realism, something to that effect. It is... Oh no! Oh, this is actually what I was also really wanting to read. I'm not kidding you guys, I filmed a video before I filmed this one, and while I was filming that video, I looked at this book and was like, you know, God, I really need to read that. And that is Graceling by Kristen Kishore. This is kind of a chunky fantasy, but this is one of those old school YA fantasies that I feel like every person has read but me, and every person absolutely loves. So I'm really, really excited to read this one because I've had this one on my shelves for forever and I've been dying to read it. Maybe if I keep praying to the book gods, I'll just keep getting good picks. Okay, I'm trying to get like some, you know, I shuffle these pretty well when I like take them out and then put them back in, but it's hard to shuffle these because it's filled to the brim. Okay, alright, I grabbed another one. Okay, this one's blue, which means it's a contemporary or historical fiction, and I think thrillers are also possibly blue. So we shall see what it is. Oh, okay, okay, I could work with that. I wouldn't say it was one that was necessarily at the top of my TBR, but that's the point of this experiment, isn't it? I pulled Fans of the Impossible Life by Kate Skelsa, which is a book that I know features a bisexual main character, I believe. And I believe this is about two best friends who fall in love with the same guy. And there might be a polyamorous relationship in this, I'm not 100% sure. It might just be them crashing on the same guy. But I also know this heavily deals with mental illness because the main character suffered from very heavy depression and she spent some time in like a rehabilitation center for it. But I'm good with this. This one's been on my shelves for a really long time too, so that's why I'm doing this, is so I can pick up books that have been sitting there and read them. Okay, alright, I've got one literary fiction, one historical fiction, one contemporary, and one fantasy. So this is ending up being very weirdly spaced out, but I'm really, really happy with all of my picks so far, honestly. I don't feel like I've gotten a shitty pick yet, so yay! Great! I feel like I haven't gotten a shitty pick, which is nice. Okay, I pulled another pink one. I can't see what it is yet. Let's open it. I kind of want this to be a sci-fi because then I feel like it'll be really well balanced out. I'll have like a really well balanced TBR. Which I'm really excited about. Alright. Let's see what it is. Oh! Okay! I had to think for a minute. But, okay, you know what? I'm okay with this. So I pulled out Wildwood by Colin Malloy and Carson Ellis, which is a pretty big book. This is like over 500 pages. But this is also a like illustrated middle grade story that like has illustrations in it. The font is massive. But I actually do really want to read this. And this is actually a good pick for two reasons. The first being that if you guys didn't know, Colin Malloy is the lead singer of my favorite band, the Decemberists, and I will support him in every endeavor. And Carson Ellis is his wife, who's a beautiful illustrator. But I feel like this is a really good pick too, because I've been amassing a lot of middle grade in the past year that I really want to give a shot to, but I haven't been picking them up. So this is like great. What a great middle grade to start with. I've heard some not great reviews about this, but my love for Colin Malloy and Carson Ellis is like so overwhelming. I can't fathom myself not at least enjoying this to some degree. So this is perfect when I'm in the mood for like a good middle grade. I don't know, something about this seems Christmassy to me, so I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up around Christmas. I don't know, but I'm excited. Alrighty guys, so these are my Picks. Like I said, it's Sing Unburied Sing by Jasmine Ward, Out of the EDZ by Ruta Sepetys, Graceland by Kristen Kishore, Fans of the Impossible Life by Kate Skelsa, and Wildwood by Colin Malloy with illustrations by Kirsten Ellis. And I am actually really pleased with this 5. Like, these are 5 books that I feel like I wouldn't have picked up naturally. Like, they probably, like, something would have had to make me pick these up. But I feel like they're all books that I'm definitely interested in and that I definitely want to read. So over the next 6 months, probably not in July, because July's pretty much packed already. So the 5 months following July, hopefully I will read, complete, and love all of these, but keep the rules in mind. I'm giving myself the option to DNF if I don't end up loving these, but I've got very high hopes for all of them. Alrighty guys, I would absolutely love to know your thoughts on all of these books down in the comments below, but like, try to be positive because I'm nervous. If you like what I do, I upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and I'll see you guys soon with another one.